Hello, it's Ben here, and thought I'd do an updates and down dates from my spray room because currently spraying the Rapier 44 and two brand new guitars that I've engineered from pieces of wood and metal to be playable kind of instruments. So really excited. I was going to spin you around and show you, but I think it'd be cool to do kind of individual videos on those because whole lot of work went into all of them. So there's something above you and I can't figure out what it is. Anyway, updates and down dates. So Monad came out last night at midnight and I've come to the spray room for some solace because it has been a busy day, and been quite a few people working on it, like packaging everything up. I've enslaved all of my friends and family members to package things, to check things, and also to do some other stuff, which is quite cool. But that again, maybe a bit later. So it's been a slight issue, which is that we ran out of CDs almost immediately. But that doesn't matter because there's more CDs coming on Tuesday, which is in 4 days from now. So that's not the worst thing, but literally by 20 minutes past midnight, they're all gone. And that was surprising because Portraits is like my first band. Like, you know, it's like, no, what I mean by that is Monad is the first album from Portraits, and you know, Portraits, as far as I was aware, didn't have a following. We weren't doing it like that, and then all of a sudden, it was just on us. Like, I wasn't thinking of drafting and enslaving my friends and family, but it's happened, and I'm very happy because I'm good at enslaving people. But they're very happy. Well, no, they're very. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're still packaging things. I said, just keep packaging until your fingers fall off, which I think is fair, don't you? So I'm really happy with the force of which Monad has gone out. But I think it's surpassed everything else so far in terms of just the initial kind of propulsion, which is great. I remember the week that Quiet One came out. That was hard work because it was only 3 of us, and now there's 7 of us now. Just for this period, there's 7 of us. There's only 4 of us normally, but we're all packaging things up, and you know, it's a team effort, and it would be more of a team effort if John was here. He gets away with murder, seriously, not seriously, but he does get away with murder. But it's been great, and so that's Portraits, and if you haven't heard Monad yet, then maybe you will soon. There's a whole documentary coming out about it this week, I believe, and there's a music video, and there's also a Q&A thing that we did for the Kickstarter guys, which is, I love that. That was really good fun. And that had some nice insight too. So that's only for the Kickstarter people. I'm thinking of doing something as a reward for the Kickstarter people beyond what they've already had, but I don't want to mention it in case it doesn't come to fruition particularly. But I'm thinking of something really exciting for those guys, because I feel like the rewards were cool, but you know, we really couldn't have done this without them. And I think that maybe they need more than we've offered them in that respect. And it would be audio of some sort, but we'll see. There's also a random piano concerto literally lying on my hard drives, which maybe I'll put it on SoundCloud or we'll do something with it. But there's a question about that actually, which we didn't get to answer. But the piano concerto wasn't put on Portraits because it just didn't fit in the end. And there's this amazing, well, there's this thing I love, which is the Antikythera string section. The interlude on our record is at track 2, which is really weird. But it has this nice string section after Pythia's Curse, and it's something that took a long time to devise. We could devise that when we're in chapel actually, and I think it sounds good, and I think it's more fitting than the piano concerto. The piano concerto was just so abstract, which is not a word that I use lightly when I'm talking about Portraits, but it was, and That's why it didn't get featured, but it's still around, and I'll do something with it. So, what else have we got? Oh, so there's a brand new project in the works, which is very exciting. And we're tracking vocals for that on Monday and Tuesday, potentially Wednesday as well, next week, if we get all the orders out in time, which is very unlikely. But I want to do it before the next set of CDs arrive. So we're tracking vocals Monday and Tuesday for a brand new project, which currently doesn't have a name, but it's like the most fun thing I'm doing at the moment. So I'm really excited to start tracking vocals for it. And we're going to try and get that out before Christmas. We've got Abbey Road booked for the 22nd of December, but whether or not we get it done in time, it's really hard to know. But we're trying to push it. I'm going to try and stop giving out dates. That's another thing, because it's nice to have a date in mind, but inevitably, because there's so few of us here who are working permanently at Hurt, it's like it's such a fad to actually hit the targets. Like, I've got 4 albums currently. Well, 3 now that Monad's gone out, but there's 3 albums just sitting there, not doing anything. And I don't just want to release them because I feel like I should try and promo them a tiny bit. But they'll come out soon. It's just some of them are scheduled November, December. So then maybe we're going to push that back a little bit. We're definitely going to push that back a little bit. But you know, they've all got their own music videos that still need editing, and one of them has a full-length documentary. And there's a few other things, but release dates and me, we've never worked together. It's really hard to keep to something like that. Also, with portraits, it was such an intensive process that it meant that I had no time for anything else. And in a way, I'm really happy that we focused on portraits, because it was kind of the most important thing to focus on. But you know, there are other things about to come out which I'm really excited about as well. It's just portraits was the big one, and definitely is the big one. Talking about ones, there's something Quiet One coming very soon. It's not an album. Well, it is a release, but it's not a brand new album. I was trying to get another Quiet One album knocked in before Christmas this year. Just, I'm not in the headspace for it. I don't want to sit down and start writing half-assed songs. I need to be completely attuned to work on Quiet One. So I will bring you more Quiet One, obviously, as an actual record, but in 2017. I still love the idea of doing it in a really short space of time, like a 2-week or 10-day thing, and just getting an album out. Just, that really appeals to me because it's the polar opposite of portraits, and for that reason I immediately love it. So let's talk about some other projects which are ongoing. So I have a game project. It's about 2 years old, I think. It might be older than that. Well, 2 of the songs are. There's 3 songs, and it's for a game that I love. And the developer has okayed it as well, which never happens because it's intellectual property at the end of the day. But I'm really excited to release that, so I'm not going to give away which game. But that'll be my kind of last game thing, I think. Yeah, I've done soundtracky stuff, but it'll be my last kind of game song release. But that'll come out soon. We're planning on doing a new 2 Down EP soon. Who's that? You alright? Someone's come into my camera shot. I don't believe it. I was also watching a massive spider come down. We're planning on doing something 2 Downy very soon, which is really cool. But on the kind of ups towards that, there's a Benn EP, which I've been talking about, which I stopped talking about 2 years ago, because I never thought it was going to end, and subsequently restarted it and love it. So that's going to be out soon, and I want to produce Cal's next album because it's amazing. But I want to take it in a kind of vibey. I want to push my kind of boundaries with it and make it kind of more like R&B, because I don't do that kind of music at all, and I want to push myself, because metal and rock, I mean, Portuguese was great because it was so out of this world, like, for me, you know, it was completely mental. But metal's so fucking boring. Like, any spastic can play metal, but it's not really for me. So, and I know that I'll, going back to, I mean, 2000's not really metal, but I don't want to do something like that immediately. That stuff needs to come when it comes, and I have so many things that need to happen before that. But yeah, I don't mind doing an EP, and we've got some songs already down on paper, which will work quite well. But I just can't face doing like a metal album. It's so insulting. I saw someone today say that Portraits was metal. It's like the most insulting thing you can say to someone, because like it's metal is something that children like. It's like, oh, please don't call it that. But I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm glad that people are talking about it. It's amazing. But don't call it metal. Metal means that you don't understand what you're listening to, because it's so vast and broad and inane. But yeah, so there's a few things I'm doing. There's also one of the 3 albums that's coming out this year. No, next year now. Is, I keep the song from the future. It's happening all the time. Is 2016. A very an interesting record, and it's very different and very important. Portraits is really important because it covers some of the major fuck ups in human history, basically, from a scientific or maybe even philosophical standpoint. But at the same time, that's talking about history. With my next project, is talking about I was talking about deep history and what's right around the corner at the same time, which is something very interesting. But it's not nice to listen to. But that's coming really soon. I'm not bothered whether people find it or not anymore. It just needs to come out. It's been enough time, and it just needs to come out. But the physical of that, I got the proof through a few months ago. Actually, no, longer than that, probably 6 months ago. That's a cool physical. So I'm not looking at you. That's a cool physical, and I look forward to getting that into your hands and then never seeing you again. So that is it. That's updates and downdates. If you've got any more questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to them in the next vlog or next updates and downdates. Cheers, guys. Bye.